You can see from here that we stretch from down by Betts Road, where Bruin Village is, and all the way up to the new field house. And in between there, we have administrative buildings. We have a lot of excitement going on because we've started what Mary called the domino effect. The field house needed to be finished before we could start doing more with other buildings and other projects on campus. So you're going to see a lot of activity over the next few years here. Many of you were at the opening of the new field house. This 72,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility will now be the home to the Bruins and our athletic department. Volleyball, basketball will be played there, and so they're moved in. We had the grand opening, and now we're going to start working on some other projects across the campus. One of the exciting pieces that we finished up in the past year was the Riley Technology Center. This here houses the Internet of Things, the Harper Family Foundation Integrated Technology Lab, the teacher education programs. And that little guy in the left-hand corner, he's one of the robots that we have down there that helps students in some of our programs, and we're the only university in the world to have one of those. In a partnership with a organization out of Norway. Yeah. So exciting things. This building here, completely renovated, has some of the most up-to-date and current technologies that you can find. And what's important about that is, as Mary said, many of our students are working adults, but they're also distant. So these classrooms all can bring in people from all over the world, and they can participate together with their peers. We call this kind of our community campus, and the reason we do that is we have a lot of partnerships. So one of them that 2 years ago that we brought in was the first chiropractic college in the state of Nebraska. Life West Chiropractic College and Bellevue University partnered, and now you can see on the bottom floor of the Educational Services building, Life West has classrooms, they have a clinic, and they're expanding and growing. The other exciting news is that in a couple of months, the Language Learning Center from Offutt will be relocating on the 4th floor of this building. And that is a project that's been quite a few years in the making. We were on a roll pre-COVID, then things changed, flooding and all those other things. And luckily, about 2 years ago, they came back and they said, hey, we want to start up again. So they'll be occupying about 25,000 square feet with classroom space and learning space up there and offices. And we're really excited about that because of our strong partnership with Department of Defense and the government and our military partners. We want to make sure you all know about Bruin Cafe and Bruin Blend. You know, this is open to the public in our student center and newly remodeled. This is, you can get coffee in the morning and some lunch or dinner in the afternoon. They're open, there's the hours. But this, our new partner with Compass is, the partnership has been really fruitful. We have an executive chef here on campus, and let me tell you, Don Busher is really good at what he does. And if you miss the Ruby Tuesday salad bar, Diane says it's just as good, so try it out. Again, back to our community campus, a lot of partnerships here. You know, we have the Bellevue Chamber, who is co-located in the Bell Tower building here. We have Habitat for Humanity. I mentioned Life West. But you also look to see up there, it says Quest Forward Academy. Quest Forward Academy is the high school that used to be here in the Riley Technology Center and has now moved and pretty much taken over our Logier Center on 120th in Miami. This is important to us, to be part of the community, to be part and partnership with these great community organizations. So we're very proud of that, and you can find them throughout the campus, mostly in this building, but they're spread around. Signature event. If How many of you have been to a signature event for Bellevue University? A few. Great, great. Well, every year the signature event is held usually at the Holland Center. And in the past, we've had Nikki Haley, Gary Sinise. Last year we had Carl Rove. And can't tell you who this year is going to be, but it's a good one. So Mary just let it out of the bag. Okay, it's Brett Baer from Fox News. So Brett will be here in October, and he'll be part of the next speaker of the signature event. And this is really a great community event. It draws a lot of people. Chris, what did we have? Close to 700 last time? Yeah. So it's a great event, and you're all welcome to come. So, excitement on the campus. The old gym, the athletic center that used to house volleyball and all the athletics office. Now we're in the process of kind of redrawing that building. We want to expand esports. So esports, our team is 8th in the nation, not just in NAIA, but 8th in the nation. They compete against the likes of Ohio State and Michigan and a lot of NCAA teams. And so being number 8 in the country, that's a pretty big deal. So we're looking at remodeling the Gordon Athletic Center, Gordon Lozier Athletic Center, into an esports arena, streaming rooms, and on the back half, and I know it's really hard to read, but on the back half, we're looking at expanding our sports programs. And one of the expansions is wrestling, men's and women's wrestling, which I think will be a great addition to our athletic programs here. So luckily we have the facility with the infrastructure, so we'll be able to start wrestling here, it looks like, if all goes well, the 26-27 academic year. And speaking of our Bruins, you're looking at the national championship runner-up, Bruin volleyball team. They made it all the way to the national championship this year, and this is exciting. First time in the program, and that's kind of a big deal for us. That's a national ranking, number 2 in the country. Along with that, you know, we have 14 different sports, 15 if we're going to include wrestling in a couple of years. And I mentioned esports and the growth there. We're going to take that team and we're going to grow that team. But we're also looking at men's baseball, who just Saturday secured the North Star Athletic Association championship. So now they're champions once again. Looks like that's been 6 years now in a row that we've been the North Star Athletic champion. So great things happening with our athletic programs here at Bellevue University. We're really proud of that. And we're proud of the partnerships we have with many schools here locally. I would say 95% of that team you see right there is from this local area. So great opportunities for our student athletes here. And we've been dreaming. We've been dreaming along with the city of Bellevue, and that dream's been going on for about 2 years, so hopefully we'll wake up from the dream and see a reality. This is a conceptual drawing of what we're looking at being the BU Bruin Sports Complex, and this will house soccer, baseball, and softball. This piece of land, we've looked at several, so we've been working with them and dreaming about maybe Hayworth Park, and then maybe dreaming about the baseball village that's down south of here. So we're hoping in about a week or so, we'll have these things finalized and get started on this. This is an exciting move also for Bellevue University. When Mary says the fun stuff, this is what I like to do. I like to do the fun stuff. She does the hard work by doing the negotiations, and then we get to put all this stuff together. And it's exciting here at Bellevue University. So I'm going to hand it back to Mary to wrap up what we're looking at in the future and our goals. And we appreciate, again, you all being here today.
Yeah, thanks for all the support again. The right now we're about 19,000 students, as I said, on an annual basis. Where we want to go is to 25K. We're not looking at mega university size. We grow about 5% a year, and that's been able to be sustained by us in adding new programs. There's two areas that we really intend to grow in, and one of those is to expand healthcare. We're looking at more kind of clinical types of programs. We're looking at, it's going to take us a while to get into that. There's accreditation, there's facility issues, et cetera, but we think that we'll be into LPN. I don't know about RN downstream, but we really know that there's some critical shortages in the healthcare arena. So we're working on a number of programs in that, both support areas and also in the patient-facing areas. The other thing we've been expanding in is some of our doctoral programs that support students who require extended or more education and certification. We're looking at masters in social work. We're looking at some PhD programs in management and leadership. We've got 3 now, but we're continuing to grow those. The other thing that none of the staff even knows, but Friday night I bought a food truck, so an announcement. So one of the things that we're trying to do is to really bring in the services to the university. And so we set the field house up, and we will set the fields up. I don't call it wrestling. Wrestling, you call it? Wrestling? One of us is starting wrestling and the other starting wrestling, so we'll see who wins. We had the same debate with the coaches. We're going through this debate. We'll add signage over there. I wanted to get the letters up before we went on with investment, but whether it's a field house or an athletic center, you will soon know who wins that arm wrestling between the coaches and the administration. We're just trying to figure that out, but I really like to develop things along a path so that we're not wasting money, because if you put the sign up in the wrong place, then you're undoing and redoing it. So there will be further signage. We've kind of got a punch list over there. There will be hours for the community. We just got moved in, so we don't have all of that set up yet, but we're very excited about our future. We're doing really well. We're very strong. We don't take federal funds, so we're not affected so far by any of the commotion in DC. We do have students on financial aid, but it's really changed and gone down over the years. We used to have about 60% of our students on financial aid, and now it's about 35%. More and more students, we're able to work with them to find other funds, tuition assistance from their employers. And I really encourage all of you who are employers, some of the best investments you can make are in your people. And when you do have robust tuition assistance programs, it helps those students not carry financial debt out when they're trying then to get started or improve their lives or purchase houses. So if you ever want to talk to us, we have all kinds of ways to help with tuition assistance programs, but I think those are phenomenal for people, and they really make a difference to students. What's really surprising, too, is the fact that those improve both attraction for new employees to your area, and they will also improve your retention of existing employees. There's a lot of myth around if I invest in employees, they're going to go. Quite frankly, it's just the opposite. When you don't invest in them, that's when they leave. So please reach out to us. We're happy to help with that. But as I said, we're continuing to grow. We hope to get to about 25,000 in a few years. I don't know beyond that what we'll set our next goal as. But no, Matt, we're not going to 50,000. I just got the side thing under the table. But if there's anything that the university can do to support your businesses or your organizations or your efforts, please let us know. We try to be community partners in every sense of the word. So I will close on that note and turn it back over to Diane.